Oh, shit. There we go. Had to turn it around on y'all. As promised, I will be reading a chapter or two of this for you guys. My book that I publish is called My Rock Forever. It's a paranormal romance. The main female character, she is feisty, opinionated. I want to say prankish. When I first started writing this book, I originally done it for my grandma Ford. My grandma was one of the ones that raised me. So between her, my uncle Lonnie, and my cousin Tommy, well, Timothy, shit, I got him mixed up with my uncle Tommy. Damn.
Want me to put this in
So I dedicated this first book to them. And, you know, to a lot of the people that I've met between childhood and adulthood. There were too many to name, so I just dedicated it to everybody, you know, from Moorfield High School to Roseburg Elementary. So to start off with, the prologue for you guys. We all start life carried comfortably inside our mother's womb for 7 to 9 months. Sometimes we come out sooner than anyone expects. Inside, we enjoy this state of safety, love, and care. When we are born, our parents continue to give those same things, but that's not always the case. A life of pain and suffering brought about the birth of a female child, born human, or so everyone thought. Out of that pain, we made a monumental discovery. The child was of supernatural descent. A royal one to top it off. Move! Now! My name is Shayna Jensen. I am 17 years old. Born to a hybrid mother who did not have the guts to raise me and fucking life. Move. Now. My name is Shayna Jensen. I am 17 years old. Born to a hybrid mother who did not have the guts to raise me or teach me everything I needed to know. A few months ago, I found out the family who had raised me are not my biological parents. They adopted me when I was only 3 hours old. Who keeps such a massive secret from their child? I am the long-lost granddaughter of a royal vampire and werewolf couple. The supernatural world was nothing but a myth to me until I dove headfirst into its darkness. On my journey to meet my grandparents, I will battle through lies, betrayal, feelings of neglect from a power-hungry mother. Every 4,000 centuries, a pure-blood vampire is born. Into the Dracula line. I entered a coma as a human and awoke a vampire. My powers have appeared, giving me access to my beast hidden deep inside. not pureblood, and the only daughter to Dracula, the king of all vampires. I may have entered the new world out of pain and lies, but one man keeps me from losing control and sending everyone to the depths of hell. One alpha will fight to change it all. What is the light at the end of my journey into the unknown world of dark shadows and secrets? Old friends and new friends are aplenty in the epic tale of mythic, shadowy underworld. Now, my favorite is Jolly Giant Neon Skittles. Don't ask me where I came up with that because I cannot even tell you. Or actually, maybe I can, and if he ever finds out, he'll probably knock my head in the next Wednesday. For once the night was calm, the moon shined down on us from above, and the sound of children's laughter filled the vast darkness of the backyard. Normally the kids would have been in bed, but everyone was enjoying the start of summer. As Lily and I sat around the bonfire with our friends from school, reminiscing about our junior year and the fun we had. Shayna, do you want to tell us exactly why you decided to prank the entire football team right before their big game against East Compton High? Well, what had happened was payback. Because a certain individual who shall remain nameless drew first blood. Girl, seeing him run out of the locker room resembling a giant neon pink and rainbow-colored Skittles was damn funny if you ask me. Lily, do you honestly think they will remember? I mean, they get their heads knocked around a multitude of times. Well, we are about to find out right now, Shayna girl. If I were you, I would get up quickly and run. I turned around and looked over my shoulder while we were talking, and who do you think I saw? My best friend's brother and his friend strolling over to us with that ever-growing smirk of his. That grin has got to be his signature look. You never see him show any other feature on his face. Guess you could say Sir Smoke-a-Lot thought he was God's gift to women, even though nobody wants him. Before I could run, I heard his deep southern voice. Shayna, just where do you think you're going? Do you want me to lie to you? Or tell you the truth? Anyway, you're not. So peace out. When I tried darting away from him, the idiot quickly grabbed the back of my jacket. Was he trying to make me fall or something? I guess he figured if he grabbed it, he could keep me from leaving. Yeah, that didn't happen. Didn't stop me at all. Unzipping my jacket, I fell to the ground, and I made a beeline for the side of the house and to the front door. As I rounded the corner of the house with Freddie hot on my heels, I didn't notice the strange group of men standing in the front yard. I came to a sudden halt, nearly running into the tallest, sexiest godlike individual I had ever met. Thanks to the big buffoon that rammed into me from behind, I nearly became a permanent fixture in the courtyard. If it hadn't been for the stranger standing in front of me, I would have planted myself in the dirt. Young lady, are you okay? Before I could respond to the man standing in front of me, Freddie pulled me behind him. What are you doing here? My employer sent me here to look for the parents or guardian of a girl who lives around here. Her name's Shayna Jensen, the stranger explained. Well, the girl you're looking for is right here. What do you want with me? I asked, deeply confused. My name is Luther Abernathy. The reason I'm looking for you is because you are the long-lost granddaughter of Charlotte and Dean Emerson out of Kingston Falls. Mr. Abernathy, can we continue this conversation in private, where prying ears can't hear us? Sure, whatever you want to do is fine by me. Upon entering the house, we went to the living room, where we could talk in comfort. The sight that met me was one I had hoped to never see. Oh my God, you two, for real? Now I'm going to need to bleach to clean my eyes out. I did not want to walk in and catch my brother in the middle of a romantic embrace with his girlfriend on my couch. Damn it, Nick, what the hell? Use your bedroom, you dumbass. The idiot and his girlfriend jumped at the sound of my voice, causing them to break apart like kids caught doing something wrong. Nick noticed a strange man standing behind me as he stood up to rearrange himself. Shayna, why is there a strange man standing behind you? He states, there's some information for me. Since our parents aren't here, I figured we should discuss it. He should discuss it with me while you're present. If you can pull yourself from Callie and her tongue long enough. Nick, this is Luther Abernathy. He is from Kingston Falls. His employer sent him here to look for me. According to him, I am the missing granddaughter of this couple from over there. Mr. Abernathy, who exactly are they and what do they want with me? Can you blame me for asking? I was curious to know who would try to look for me. As we all sat around the table, he filled us in on his mission. Shayna, as I mentioned before, they sent me to find a young woman. We believe she is the long-lost granddaughter of Charlotte and Dean Emerson from Kingston Falls. Word came to them that their daughter had come to America and left behind a daughter. I'm glad I do not have to travel all over the country to find her. The sooner I wrap this up, the quicker I can get back to my family and my job. I've been away long enough. Shayna had asked me who my employer was. I can understand where she was coming from. This is a whole new area for her. I would have wanted to know the same thing. So I described what I could without revealing certain things. I did not have the power to tell her. In my hometown, they are the rulers of our country. They feel it is time for you to come home and claim your birthright. They are not getting any younger and would love to see her. Both Nick and I just stared at him. You're telling us Shayna comes from royalty? Nick asked, with a strange look on his face while we sat there digesting all the recent information dropped on us. I wonder what the reason is behind my adoption, but I will never find out here. Nick's parents will not tell me, just like they hid the fact that I was not their daughter from me. I wonder, where do I go from here? Do I go alone? Take Nick with me? Or maybe take a few of the girls with me? Yes, I know the people who raised me were not always there, but Nick and the girls have always had my back. It would be difficult to leave and walk away from all of them and everything that they have ever meant to me, everything that we went through growing up. My life is here, and I cannot move regardless of what the cause is. Nick, did you know our parents are not mine? He scratched the back of his neck, swearing under his breath as he looked at me, nodding his head. Yes, Shayna, I knew. I came across some papers one night when Mom and Dad took off on their extended vacation. These documents dealt with your adoption. They brought you home straight from the hospital when you were only a few hours old. Nick, why didn't you or anyone tell me about this as I got older? My shoulders shook as my eyes misted over. We knew our parents treated me as non-existent, but I never thought it was because of my adoption. I just assumed they hated kids, period. Nick glanced down at his hands, clearing his throat as he nervously explained. Shayna, I didn't tell you because Mom and Dad should have been the ones to tell you. Yes, you're my sister no matter what. Yes, you're my sister no matter what, but something that big should have come from them. I didn't want to be the one to up and break your heart and bring tears to your face. To end up being the reason you're in tears and hurting all the time. Yeah, I'm good on that. And not for me. Needing some time alone so I could come to terms with the fact Nick was my adopted brother and not biological, it tore me apart. He is the only one in this family to show me any ounce of affection. I stood up to leave and heard Luther's phone ring. He answered, talking in a quiet voice. I could not make out what they discussed, but judging by the nervous look, it was not an easy call. He looks at me while speaking on the phone. Hello, Miss Emerson. Yes, she's sitting here right beside me. We went over why you had sent me here looking for her. Are you sure that's what you want to do? What are you going to say if she tells you there's no way in hell? Yes, I'll hand her the phone so you can talk to her. I look at him like he has lost his ever-loving mind. Continue this at a later date.